Hey guys, it's Laura. I just wanted to come on for a minute. I know it's 4th of July weekend and everybody's really busy. That's why I didn't do a video yesterday. I was running around with my granddaughter, but I do want to come on for a minute and tell everybody happy 4th of July again. Have a safe weekend. I went to church this morning. I've been thinking about what kind of video, let me move out of the way, what kind of video I wanted to make or what I wanted to talk about. So I heard something today at my church. I go to a church in San Leon, Texas, and I've been staying in Austin for about a year and a half. So whenever I do get here home, I do go to church. It's a church that my pastor likes to tell everybody that somebody is recovering, everybody is recovering from something, whether it's addiction, adultery, enabling, whatever it might be. You can always come to this church. So I got inspired at church today to talk about enabling. The pastor was talking about, being baptized, and some people didn't want to be baptized because they were in their own addiction or whatever. But he says that anybody that believes in the God can be saved. And so that made me think about enabling. I was definitely in an enabling situation when I was married. I feel like I was married for 10 years, and although my ex-husband, he wasn't an alcoholic. He wasn't an addict. He was an alcoholic, and though I never did drugs around him, but he wasn't stupid. He knew what I was doing. And so that's what I'm saying about enabling. I wish he would have, said something, but a lot of y'all, not a lot, but some of the people that will come onto my page do know who my ex-husband is. And so I know that they will agree. It's his way or no way. But instead of confronting me about my issues and my addictions and things in the marriage that weren't working, we chose to divorce. I wish he would have fought for me more, because when I did leave in my active addiction, when I did divorce him, I went nose dive down into the ground. Let me tell you this. If you think I was addicted in 2010, you should have checked me out in 2011, 2012, 2013. Really, really bad. I was three years single, and when you're not having any accountability, still being the functioning addict, taking care of my kids. They never knew that I was on drugs for all these years because I hid it from them. They had no idea until I came out of the closet November 28th of 2018 is when I came out and said I was going to go to rehab. And my daughter asked me what for, and I said depression. So then I was still lying to her, lying to myself. I was too scared to come out and say drug addiction, duh. I wasn't ready to say that. Of course, after a couple of days, I was like, this is what's going on. I have been an addict my whole life. I have masked the way I feel my whole life with food, with people, with alcohol, with drugs, everything. So before 2018, if you knew me, a lot of people that are coming on will come onto this platform will not know me from before. And I made 2 videos. My first 2 videos, I wasn't sitting up straight, and I felt like it wasn't right. So I deleted those, and I'm gonna go back to those. It was called my background, that kind of set up my life for you. And I'm gonna redo those, but I just don't have a lot of time. I have a granddaughter in the other room. But anyway, so back to the enabling. And I know I'm all over the place. I'm still new with these videos. I'm all over the place, and you have to excuse me. The enabling. I a couple days before I went to a couple of days ago, before I went to the church service today, I reached out to a girl. She was my next door neighbor when I was growing up, my whole life in League City, and I asked her about her son, and I was giving her my platform name on this page, and I asked her about her son. Her son is an addict, and she said, "He's not good. Thank you for asking. He stole some money out of my purse, quite a bit of money, hundreds of dollars," and she said that he had never done that before. And, God dang, I never really had to steal. I'm not going to say I never stole. I'm not going to say that. I've taken money out of my ex-husband's wallet before, for sure. But God, that was years ago, and I'm glad that God has woken me up to the eyes of sobriety. I really thank God. I started tearing up in church today, because it sounds so cheesy. I have a different life. Do I have problems? Yes. Am I where I want to be? No. But I know I'm not where I was. I'm not going backwards. I'm not thinking about all the trauma and all the death and all the fucked up things that have happened to me, and the bullying in school, all that. So just really trying to figure it out. But I know I've been the enabler. I have a girlfriend that's we're actually not girlfriends anymore because she's so far out there, but she was sober for years, and we even worked together at a church, and I was in my addiction, and she was telling me she was sober and how she used to be so bad, and she was shooting up, and she was this and she was that. And about 5-6 years ago, we went somewhere and got high, and she's off to the races now. It's been 6 years. She's in and out of jail. She had a baby. She's lost a baby. So I'm having to really, almost 2 years sober, I'm starting to think of things and starting to remember things. And this woman is, she lost her baby, still out there, and I took her back to the drug house. So I'm feeling really bad about that. I enabled her to get where she is today, and I feel so guilty. And, I know I'm not putting a bullet to her head. I'm not even in her life anymore. But it just really, really hurts to know that I would be so selfish and self-centered to let somebody do drugs again when they were sober for so long. It really, it makes me want to cry, because she was a good friend of mine, and she's lost, she lost her mind. Thank God when I was functioning addict, I always to put the pretty face on, to do things that were socially acceptable in society, even though I was an addict. I was masking it, but I was really dying inside. I was soulless. I was, screaming out I felt like the Rose in the Titanic. I'm standing there, and the ship is sinking, and nobody is throwing me a life vest. Finally, I woke up after 35 years of drug abuse. My daughter is actually the one that called me out and called me a drug addict. And I checked myself into rehab the very next day, and I've been sober every day since then, except one day I was around the wrong person, and I relapsed. And that person enabled me. You know, it's just, if you're not strong enough to say no, don't put yourself in that position. So with that note, I want to thank God that I'm able to stay clean and sober today. I'm glad that I can make these videos. I know they're not professional. They're not this. They're not that. You know, I don't look the best. Like I said, I don't want to come on here all dolled up. I want you to see me in my natural state. No filters. No this. This is lipstick from last night. You know, this is just what I'm wanting to say and saying it the best that I can. I love you guys. If you know anybody that's sick and suffering and that might benefit from this platform, please share it out. I'm going to try to get better with these videos, try to get consistent, try to do them every day. Know that you're not alone. If you're enabling somebody, look at yourself, inside yourself, and you know, maybe you need to ask yourself, why am I doing that? Because sometimes, you know, misery wants company. And that's why I ended up relapsing. And my birthday is 9/1/20. So I'm coming up on 2 years. I love you guys. I hope this video made any sense at all. I want you to happy 4th of July. I love you guys very, very much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.